Ladies and gentlecolds, welcome to another edition of Pony Fanfiction Theater. We're gonna read the second installment of the Luna Versus series. This story is called Luna versus Baseball. I'm your host, Nate. I will be your narrator as usual. And with me is John, who will be listening to my narration and be laughing like a hyena, like he usually is.
Laughing like an idiot.
Alright, let's begin. And also you can read along in the description. Alright, here we go. Celestia walked through the halls of the palace with her usual grace and efficiency. Despite having gone through several meetings over the state of Equestria's agriculture and commerce, she was still as outwardly serene as ever. This changed once she reached the library. As she heaved a great sigh and she looked over the books, rows and tables of the great archives of Equestria. Who, Luna? Luna? She called softly. Her horn glowed for a moment, as she smiled as she located her quarry. Flapping her wings briefly, she rose up and came to a hover on the third level. A mass of blue hair and a horn poked out from over a stack of books on a table near the balcony. An abacus clicked away at a quick pace, as the sound of pages turning rapidly accompanied it. "Enjoying yourself?" Celestia asked. The sound stopped, and Luna poked her head out of over the stack of journals, textbooks, and articles. A pair of reading glasses decorated her nose, and Celestia raised the hoof to her mouth, but was unable to smother her soft laughter entirely. "I am, actually, and what? Why are you laughing?" Luna asked. Celestia hovered over the balcony and landed in front of the table. She pointed her hoof at Luna's glasses, and the younger Alicorn's mouth made an O of understanding. "Oh, you mean the glasses? Well, I saw that the other librarians and others who do a great deal of reading wore them, and as they enhance vision, I thought it only proper I have the same," Luna explained. Celestia laughed again, and Luna scowled. "What? Luna, you only wear glasses if you require them," Celestia said gently. Luna nodded. "Right, for reading. If your eyes are already bad," Celestia added. Luna blinked rapidly by her large frames and then comprehendingly pulled the spectacles off. Celestia's smile grew. "On the other hoof, you do look adorable in them," she teased. Luna flushed again and huffed. Yes, well, are you gonna hug me and give me candy then?" "Not this time," Celestia said. Luna frowned and looked back at her papers and resumed her work, abacus cooking away happily. "Well then what? I have a great deal of work to do," Luna said. "I've nearly finished with the trading history of Manhattan, and I'm moving on to Philadelphia's Baltimore." "You're making work for yourself," Celestia said with a gentle astonishment. Luna flushed. "I am not. A wise princess is a learned princess." "Yes, and you have learned much," Celestia said. "Your nose helped me a great deal in today's meetings." She raised the hoof and rested on Luna's. Stopping her page turning, Luna looked up with a frown as Celestia smiled at her. "But did they not also say a time for work, a time for play?" she asked. "Yes. They wrote that about you," Celestia teased. Luna huffed. "They did not. My dear little sister, they did," Celestia said. "And now it's time for some play." "All right, what sort of play?" Luna asked flatly. Celestia's smile grew. "Today is the first full day of spring, and you know what that means," she said. "It is the vernal equinox. Isn't that your department?" Luna asked. "Try again. Think socially," Celestia suggested. Luna hummed and thought it over. "The equinox celebration ritual thing?" she asked, with what Celestia thought was both the worst and the most adorable face she had ever seen. She hugged her little sister, who pouted. "In a matter of speaking, yes," Celestia said. "It is the first game of Equestria baseball season, and I'm going to throw the opening pitch, and I would like you to come." "Me? Come?" Luna asked. But I don't know nothing about sports." Celestia smiled. "Why, you are right. You don't know anything about it. This is why I've arranged for the Apple family to accompany you to the game." Apple family? Luna asked, screwing up her eyes in thought. Then they whined. Oh, you mean one of the... Yes, her, Celestia said. They have graciously offered to let you come with them. Incognito, if you wish. Of course, Luna said, smiling. She understood. She can slip in and out among the crowds. Just another pony. It will allow her to relax while her big sister once more took the spotlight. Really? There was no end to her sister's generosity? Well, this should be simple enough. Luna pulled off her crown, her greaves, and her chest plates, placing them upon the table. She beamed up at her sister. Nobody can recognize me like this. Celestia covered her mouth and laughed again. Luna scowled. What? I shall look like any other. She looked back over her wings, and then backed up at her horn. Oh yes, those. I have the perfect solution, dear sister, Celestia said. Luna blinked. Oh yes, magic. I should have thought of that, Luna said. In a sense, Celestia allowed. Luna's eyes narrowed. In what sense? Gosh, Miss, Celine, I say you look mighty fetching in those glasses of yours, and if you don't mind me saying so, Apple complimented Luna. The alicorn sighed as the bus bounced and shook over the road to Manhattan and managed to nod in response. Thank you, Mrs. Apple, Luna replied dully. She took a moment to look over the rest of the occupants of the public bus, primarily focused upon the Apple family. Applejack was sitting next to her on the bus, all smiles. Over her freckled cheeks, she had drawn red marks and in place of a broad-brimmed hat she wore when she confronted Nightmare Moon, and now she wore a baseball cap with a bright red A on it. So, first baseball game, huh? Applejack asked. Luna nodded and she looked behind her. Big Megatosh, Applejack's big brother, was carrying coolers. Yup. Was carrying coolers and bags of supplies, as well as a cap like Applejack's. Next to him was their little sister Applebloom, who wore a similar hat and carried a big foam hoof with "We're number one" emblazoned upon it. And next to her was Granny Smith, the grandmother of the family, who was wearing another cap but with drink containers attached to it and straws leading to her mouth. I remember my first baseball game. The Apple family always comes every year to see the Atlanta Mustangs opening game. And my first time, we drove up to watch it in our relatives, the Orange family's box seats. This was also the last game my pa got in an argument with my uncle, and well, they ain't no more box seats. I'll tell you what, Applejack recited. She grinned over at Luna. Oh, of course, it could have helped if my uncle had just agreed that the call was bad. Concerned at rustling rotten applesauce, Granny Smith huffed. Applebloom popped up over the back of the seat and smiled at Luna. So, Miss Celine, you know the princess, right? Right? She asked. Luna nodded. Yes, I do. Do you think you could put in a good word for me so I can get my cutie mark faster? Applebloom smiled sweetly. Applejack scowled. Now, Applebloom, you know that's not how it works. But Applejack, Princess Celestia could do it. Right, Miss Celine, pretty please? Applebloom begged. Luna coughed. Well, I see what I can do. Applebloom was hugging her with surprising strength. In fact, Luna was having trouble breathing. Oh, thank you. Everything's going dark. Applebloom, I think she's got the point. Applebloom! Too tight. She's turning blue. Oh, wait a minute. Is she already blue? Ain't she blue? It's like she's turning blue. It's like, isn't she already blue? Or something? Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, she should be blue.
How can you tell, Miss Celine? Miss Celine! Is that your mother? Tell Celestia to stop taking my toys.
Yeah, she is blue.
Yeah. Luna came to later, staring into several pairs of eyes. She was outside the bus, apparently on a bench of some sort. She sat up and looked around. They were just outside the stadium. Applebloom looked at the guillotine. Sorry, Miss Celine. I didn't mean to strangle you. Really sorry, Miss Celine. She didn't mean no harm, honest. Applejack apologized profusely. Luna groaned and slowly rolled over, standing up on shaking legs. I'm fine, really. She smiled weakly. Don't worry, I wouldn't want you to spoil your big day. The apples looked relieved, especially Apple Bloom. Granny Smith huffed. Come on, the game's starting. Give Miss Celine her attack, Big Mac. The elder pony said. Big Macintosh nodded. Yep, here. That's she said, placing it on her head. Luna smiled as she looked up to it. Thank you, Bit. Hold up your hoof, miss, she said. Luna did so obligingly, and Big Mac slipped on a circular leather shoe that, if she focused, she could flex open or closed. Thank you. Flag? Flag, Apple Bloom said, hoofing it up to Luna with a bright smile. Luna took it in her mouth, returning the smile as best as she could. Flank packs, program, sunglasses, sunscreen, foam hoof, jersey, autograph book, sitting pillow, pendant, folding chair, cooler, peanuts. Luna tried to speak through the flag as she was holding it in her mouth, her eyes growing wide at a great weight in it. She was now Barry. Granny Smith nodded approvingly, even as Applejack, Big Mac, and Apple Bloom looked concerned. Everything you need? Come on, I got the tickets, she said, trotting to the gates. Applejack coughed. Need any help there? Luna said, shaking her head. They can handle this, so can I. I'm normal. Are you sure me and Big Mac can handle it? Applejack said. Yup, Big Mac said. Wouldn't be a problem at all. Luna protested. Applejack sighed and shook her head. Alright, if you say so, she said. She and Big Mac turned and headed for the gate, while Apple Bloom stayed at Luna's side. Damn dogs. Damn dogs. Shut up! Apple Bloom poked around her in one of her saddlebags before she smiled. Oh, almost forgot. Here, a ball. She grinned. Luna shook her head rapidly. Apple Bloom apparently missed this as she frowned at overstuffed bags. She then smiled. Here you go, Apple Bloom said, setting the game sphere on top of the overstuffed bags. Luna felt herself teetering back and forth. You can get it signed at the end of the game. I want to get Gray Marex's autograph. She's the best batter there ever was. We can get it together, Apple Bloom said cheerfully, hugging her own autograph book with a dreamy sigh. I can't wait to see him in action. Luna fell over, slamming into the pavement. Apple Bloom blinked and looked over at the sprawled Luna and bit her lip guiltily. Miss Celine, you okay? Luna spat out the flag and the sign. Just fine. And we'll continue this with part 2.